he's going to be kind of stuck here without any bombs.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the second quest level 8, we can expect to see, amongst other things, second quest level 9, which is a little bit easier to navigate, all things considered.
And I saw that in this top corner, yep, there was the blue ring. I just wasn't sure what the price was. Turns out it's vanilla.
Yep, blue ring is vanilla price, which could either mean it rolled vanilla, or it simply rolled above cap, which would get it back to 250. Whereas bombs ended up as 21, so it's only 1 rupee more than vanilla. So with a large secret, that's not so bad.
No, not so bad. So I'm still not sure what this dungeon is that Mr. Cab is now in. But well, once we get more of it explored, we'll have a better idea of what it is.
I think Mr. Cab's trying to get the front door to unlock there, but not having much luck quite yet.
Well, it worked. Fury SK was able to get to it because and Dr. J finding another dungeon. Dang,
Hey,
quite a few dungeons in this corner here.
Remains to be seen where we're at there. Early speculation of 4.
Regarding the green dungeon.
I believe so, yes.
It's not a bad. Definitely has that kind of look to it, yeah. A lot of red bubbles, though. Since we don't have a sword, it doesn't really matter any.
Right, and another Goma. So I'm kind of curious if this bow is going to be required for some dungeon exploration here.
Mm-hmm.
Dodongo dwells in the desert.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see.
Which means it'll likely be somewhere else, perhaps. And oh, the pink dungeon is level 1. That is a nice find.
It is, because even with this this dungeon layout, level 1 is still going to have 2 items.
Yep, 1 in a staircase, 1 as a floor drop.
Right, unfortunately Dr. J has no weapon, but we've got an any key for Fury.
Ooh, that is a very, very nice find. The earlier you find that in a seed, the better off you'll be.
Absolutely, and burns through a tough keys, and that is our... Alright, so that is our staircase item in level 1, and Mr. Cab finds a wand.
Hey, a good, reliable weapon.
Yeah, definitely. With that, since we don't have the book, we don't have the downside of the wand, which is to say that it's not going to burn on contact. Now, are we in different dungeons here, or is Mr. Cab just a little bit darker? Because we found the stair item in level 1, which was the Any key. So Mr. Cab must still be in a different dungeon at this point.
Possibly.
Because you're not going to have 2 staircase items in level 1.
Right, yeah, I see what you're going there.
Oh, and Fury getting the Triforce out of level 1, so mark that. We haven't found level 9 yet, so we don't know how many Triforces we need, but well, once we tell you, we'll write it down, or once we find out, we'll write it down. Potion shop in Vanilla 5.
So unfortunately, Dr. J did not find the magical key out of level 1.
That's too bad. I mean, he's going to have a rougher time with this. He doesn't even have a candle to clear anybody out. And Mr. Cab also finding a Triforce in there, or in his dungeon, so we'll find out, hopefully with a menu check, what Triforce that was. And that is 2.
Ah, okay then.
Alright, so he found the 1 and 2. That was a staircase.
Yeah, that's...
So unless, so you know what, there are certain circumstances where the Triforces get flipped, even though we're on the second Triforce layout. I think sometimes that gets swapped. So if anybody in chat wants to help me out, that's 3.
Okay.
That makes me feel better. Oops, I clicked the wrong one.
And we've got another dungeon found.
Wow, that's lots of dungeons, but not a 9. We're forgetting about 9.
And it has a mugger.
Oof. What did it ask for? I missed that.
Heart container or 58 rupees.
We're getting calls in chat that 9 is open.
Oh, so it is. Yeah, Fury SK is there. And only needed 1 Triforce for it.
1 or fewer, yeah. If Dr. J stumbles across it, we'll see if it only needs 0. But unfortunately, Fury is locked in a room with Apatra and can't check that wall before he gets taken out. So back to start, but that's pretty close to start. So he might try to run straight back there.
So having free access to level 9 this early, is that would concern me a little bit.
Well, I mean, important items can be in level 9. You got 2 items in level 9, so if you get a free staircase, you might end up with something valuable, or you might end up, you know, running your head into a brick wall a whole bunch here.
And I think Fury's found where Zelda is.
Yeah, oh wow, yeah, because there's no reason for that shutter door to be closed otherwise.
You know, Dr. J found the Armos item, and that is the recorder.
Oh, so Dr. J gets a recorder. And with the mixed overworld, there's a lot of places to check with that, but we also got our any roads. One is going to head south of the Blue Ring Shop, over to the Lost Woods, and then level 2, vanilla level 2.
And apparently we missed it, that the level 1 floor item was the ladder. I did not see that. Fury SK must have gotten that. And another? Oh, that's level 8. Never mind.
So we said Fury got the ladder. So
I would assume so.
I mean, he's not in level 1 right now.
Yeah.
Mr. Cab.
Oh, actually, no, it's Mr. Cab that got the ladder. I'm sorry.
All right, that makes sense. He's diving pretty deep in here. Then he's got the any key and now the ladder, so he's cleared out level 1. He knows where the Triforce is, so he's going to go and get that. Now, we know that it's not necessary for him to get it, but he doesn't know that yet.
No. And again, it makes sense. Until you know exactly how many you need, you might as well just pick up whichever ones you find.
Especially in level 1, which is, you know, first quest level 1, which is a pretty easy dungeon to navigate, especially when you've got a wand helping you out.
And it looks like the door repair charge is vanilla 20 today.
That's not bad. We haven't found any mid-secrets. That's usually what I compare it to. If the door repair is less than the mid-secret, I'm feeling pretty good.
I thought I saw the mid-secret was like at 36, but maybe I'm mistaken.
I remember the small secret being 6, but I didn't catch the medium secret. And Dr. J has found... You need 1. So you still need 1 to get level 9.
We officially need 1. Okay. If nothing else, we've confirmed that at least.
That's at the top of the waterfall.
But once everybody knows that, oh man, it's...
Yeah, because here comes Mr. Cab with a better loadout than Fury did. Any key, all 8 bombs, the wand. He's got a good chance of diving pretty deep here. Let's see if he can find an item out of this. Especially since he got the ladder. Well, early map, that's only going to do him so good. Still picks up, though.
Yeah, even if you already know how these dungeons are laid out, since they're vanilla layouts, it's always nice to have that visual there. You know, Adirondack Rick is in level 3. You know, Fury SK is heading over exploring the western end of things.
And we're getting it from chat that the mid secret is 37, so we've got a money-rich seed here. You know, save for the small secret, but you're only down by 4 rupees compared to being up 23 rupees to the large secret, so that's a pretty good deal. And a compass for Mr. Cab, although we know where Zelda is, but this is going to be great for him.
Yep, and it's close to start, like we were suspecting it was.
Dr. J opting to buy a candle since he hasn't found a second take any since his original heart pickup.
Fury SK finding the recorder, but was not able to pick it up. Got taken out before he could get to it.
That's a tough one. And that's not exactly close to start, and with it being the recorder, I mean, not necessarily get into level 9, but maybe we'll have an errant dig dogger blocking the way, who knows? Or maybe we'll have to double or triple dip level 9, and we still need the recorder to get to some other dungeon. Who knows?
Ooh, and Dr. J finds the sword at vanilla level 6.
All right. Yeah, he's the first over in the graveyard area, so we'll see what else he can pull out of here. And Rick getting his Triforce out of 1, so that goes up on the board.
And Fury finding a shop that sells arrows, so that could be useful later. Though we don't have the bow yet, but it is something we'll have to find sooner or later.
So wait, no, Rick is in 1 right now. So was he in 1 before?
Yes, because he's got the magical key. Probably looking for that second item though.
Well, he'll be happy to get the ladder.
And Fury finding a second Tikini cave next to Vanilla Start.
Oof, and Mr. Cab getting locked in with that Patra just like Fury and ends up going down.
Ah, and that's where the ladder was. It's near the bottom of level 1. It's at the bottom right room.
Now, Rick is taking a different path. If he kept going west, he would have found level 9, but instead he opted to go south. I think he's going for the white sword right now.
Makes sense. It's right there.
Yeah, and he hasn't been over to level 6 to get that wooden sword yet, so that's going to be a good... more offense. Actually, he hasn't been to the coast yet since he stopped in this cave, so he should be pretty happy what he finds for going through the effort here.
Yep.
Yeah, won't say no to that. So we got a white... Rick's got good offense with a white sword and a wand, so even if he gets bubbled, he still has some options.
And he's got ranged options regardless.
Worth pointing out, we've got Lionel's in level 9, so I don't know if that takes out the Wiz Robes or anything like that, but we do have a bomb-dropping enemy in those blue Lionels, is that correct?
Yes, but in vanilla at least, I believe that blue Lionels are bomb droppers, yes. And Mr. Cabs found Ganon.
Well, that's good knowledge, but he's got a skedaddle since he's without bow or silvers.
Or a sword.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rick's in a new dungeon, another green one off of the coast. So, not sure where he's at yet. I don't have too much information, but we'll see. Got a 2-block room. Let's see if that's a staircase. It is. Is this going to be an item? It is not. It's a transport staircase. So we're dealing with, what, levels 5 and onward at this point, potentially?
Yes. Based off of that, I'm thinking this might be 6?
Maybe. I'm kind of feeling 5 with, like, kind of the layout. Well, maybe not anymore. And Mr. Cab finds a boomerang, which he will pick up in level 9. Alright. All the high-end treasure in level 9 today.
Oh, of course.
Chat saying that a staircase is going to be levels 5 through 7.
Well, we already know what 8 is, yeah. And Adirondack Rick finding the extra heart container.
Yep.
Now that I think about it, I think that might actually be 5.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the top there with, like, kind of the gap in the rooms. It feels like 5, but...
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so I'll write down heart container in 5. Though, considering that we've gotten some deep dives into 9 with Mr. Cab giving us the maybe the full picture here, we'll see if we're going to need to do an item recap later. But with Mr. Cab lacking the 3 required items, it's not like you can finish it right now.
But he's getting a lot of exploration. He's getting a lot of knowledge that our other runners don't have right now.
Certainly. It looks like Dr. J picked up a blue ring. I guess he got enough secrets to get some good defense. So not a bad play considering he's kind of heart-starved right now, all things considered.
Well, I mean, Mr. Cab's diving through level 9 with 3 hearts. I mean, that's... to be fair, that's kind of impressive on Mr. Cab's part, and Adirondack Rick buying an arrow.
Might as well. Money's good, but Mr. Cab, yeah, doing decent job of staying alive, but also, you know, we've got some softer targets with the Lionels, so that's easy fodder for the wand.
Not to mention, with the boomerang, you're able to stun them too. So if you get cornered, you can get out easier.
Now, chat is hoping for a double boomerang 9 here, so we'll see what they got. And it looks like those Tektite, not Tektites. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, those are Tektites.
Oh, those are Tektites. I got them confused with Levers for a second. I think they rolled 0 HP because they went down to a boomerang hit.
That would be right.
Keith, on the other hand, rolled 2. Does the Wand Beam do 1 or 2?
The Wand Beam does 2.
2. Okay, so they rolled 3 or 4, so kind of some beefy bats right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fury finding a secret. Oh, we got silvers at 9.
Wow.
And Dr. J's found the bow.
Okay, then.
Where is Dr. J? Well, we should figure that out for our own...
I want to say, was that 4?
So, Mr. Cab completely justified in doing a deep dive in the 9 right there, so all he needs is a sword and to end up where Dr. J is to get that bow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he already has the ladder, so he's got the white sword right there.
Yep, wasting no time to get that.
Holy cow, this has all the makings for a really fast seed, and that's
level 4.
Fury SK finding the white sword item, looks like, and that was the magical boomerang.
Okay, and I'm sure he didn't take the time to see if he had enough hearts to pick it up, so...
He did. It wasn't enough.
Alright. So that's going to be 5 or 6 for the white sword. So, the bow is in 4, the coast item is a white sword, and level 9 has the silvers. And considering how open level 9 is, I think everybody else is also going to dive 9 as much as possible once they get there. So I don't think we're going to have people bailing on level 9 and failing to get the silvers.
And Adirondack Rick is in a dungeon and finds the book. Doesn't pick it up. And, like, the book does have that extra function that it basically gives you the map for every dungeon. But Rick still doesn't want it. Meanwhile, Fury SK is in 4, and Dr. J getting the wand out of 3.
Now, where was that 4 location? Because we're going to need to keep an eye on Mr. Cab and see how close he is to level 4 at any given time. Dr. J confirming that he's in level 3, and that's where that wand was. Now, I'm sure Dr. J is going to be working hard to get that Triforce, because he knows he needs just 1 to get in the level 9, and he's got the bow, which means that, depending on how things fall here, who knows, maybe he could walk away with this if he somehow finds a faster path to the silvers than Mr. Cab did. But honestly, if we were going to say anybody was in the lead, it's Mr. Cab with a huge knowledge advantage.
Oh,
and Fury.
Yes.
Fury's getting the bow out of 4.
And that was
really close to start.
It also was infested with dark nuts. So if you're not confident in your combat abilities, you you might be wary about that having to go through that room. And we've got Mr. Cap finding a bomb expansion worth 75, though he doesn't have enough to buy it.
No, that's a really cheap price. Especially on a rupee-rich seed from the secrets, so... Fury's making its way back up to level 9 here. I think he had a sword last... I think he did not have a sword last time he was here, and he got bought by the Patcher and decided to back out until he could find a sword.
Right. And Dr. J getting the Triforce out of 3.
Yep. Mr. Cab with a pretty clean ladder clip across the tea room there. Chat talking about the potential aspect of a bomb capacity upgrade, and that's probably going to be a pretty low priority for Mr. Cab, since he already knows he doesn't need a ton of bombs in 9.
But he will take that heart container.
Yeah, won't say no to that, since that's only his 4th heart this late in the sea, but it also means that he does not need to dive level 5 anymore.
Nope.
Dr. J back in level 1. He did not get either item out of here, I believe, so this will be a good dive for Dr. J. Now Rick taking a tour of the Any Road here. And he's going to be closing in on that wood sword cave, which won't do him any good since he has a candle and a better sword.
But that extra heart will definitely do some good.
Alright, Dr. J has been playing a little bit of bubble tag here in this twisty room here. I bet she's going to be pretty happy to find a ladder here later.
Did he try? I know that the room
Rick's burning the wood sword. A little too late. I'm sorry, what was your question?
I'm trying to remember which room had the any key in it. I know it was a room with traps, and I think Dr. J might not be familiar with pushable blocks in Second Quest.
Well, he was trying the left-hand block there, but...
And I think this blue dungeon, based off the starting point, I'm thinking that might be 7.
Fury opting to pick up the boomerang. Let's see.
And Mr. Oof. I don't know if that was intentional death or not.
It might have been, because since he saw the book there, I think he's just going to bail? No, he might be going back for it. No, I mean, we do have a couple dungeons that offer more than one item, so maybe we're in one of those.
If this is 7 like I'm thinking, no it won't. And Dr. J... Yep, that was 7. And that is the only item there, and...
You can safely peace out. Dr. J getting the Any key. That's going to open up the rest of this dungeon real fast, so he's just got to get... I think it's down in the bottom here for the ladder.
Yep, the room to the right, yeah. And it turns out the room that had the magical key was a different one than I thought it was.
Ooh, and he gets handed. He gets the entrance handed to him, so back to start he goes.
Ouch, that's unfortunate.
Fortunately, with it being level 1, he can just head straight on back. Looks like Rick is doing the recorder route in the overworld here, trying to find some locations.
Well, since we're kind of got with the mixed overworlds, we could definitely have some of the recorder spots from second quest.
Yeah, and we're missing levels 2, 6, and 8 right now, I believe, in terms of
We've
accounted
seen
for.
8.
We have seen 8. Okay. Did we find the item in 8?
I don't think so. No, we didn't find either of them. There's 2 items in 8. So Dr. J finally getting the ladder, and he's not opening.
I think he's going to grab the Triforce, even though he doesn't need it. Oh, but he's red bubbled, so that'll get him his sword back.
Ah, yes, that would do it.
Fortunately, these guys roll low, so he's not getting a whole bunch of red bats to fight, and he gets his Triforce out of level 1.
Now, Fury still exploring through level 9.
And Mr. Cab hasn't found level 4 yet, so no bow. That's really the only missing ingredient for Mr. Cab there. Gets another heart, though. He's guaranteed to pick up that magic boomerang at this point, should he come across it.
And should he actually want to keep it?
Well, he already has the brown one, which is the preferred model.
But Dr. J is in level 9.
Ooh.
Has the ladder and the bow. If he makes his way to the silvers, he could take this one.
Out of the featured runners, yeah. That would be something. Because we've got Fury kind of doing another dive in the 9, but the bats are giving them business right now. At least he's got a blue ring on.
Although, yep, there's the silvers for Fury. I have to take a look. That was like in the upper no, that was right above the left eye. Okay.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Mr. Cab is in level 8.
Yeah, he's going to give us a tour. This isn't where he wants to be, though, so this is going to be a big time sink, because 8 is a bear of a level.
But it does have 2 items in it. You could find something like, say, maybe the red ring or something, but it's definitely not good what he's going to need.
Is Dr. J the first person to kill that Patra? It's claimed a lot of players today.
Yeah. But it looks like actually Fury does have the bow, because he's using silvers.
Okay, well, I guess
I didn't see him getting it out of 4.
No, neither did I. I'm a bad tracker. That's on me. Whoops.
So looks like he doesn't know where Ganon is. I think Mr. Cab's the only one that's actually seen Ganon so far.
Correct. And if I remember correctly, it was way northwest, and I think he took a staircase to get there, but I'm not going to hold myself to that being an accurate statement.
And he's gotta watch his rupee count, because he's spamming those arrows.
Yeah, he doesn't have to, especially for these guys. They rolled 1 HP or 0 HP.
Right. But he might not realize that, though.
So we have 3 players in level 9, or Sphere 9 if you're so inclined. And of course, with Mr. Cab being the only one without the bow, he's in the room with a bunch of Poles voices. I guess Frick doesn't have the bow yet, so...
Well, I guess Fury's keeping that one rupee because you only need 1.
I guess Rick's figured out that you don't actually have to fight that Patra, considering that he's already been through there and bombed up to another Patra.
And Fury finds Ganon.
Yeah, it's 33 minutes. This is the first featured streamer to find Ganon with all the required ingredients. Trying to get that stun lock in the lower left, but misses it for a second time, unfortunately. Gotta be careful. At a heart and a half, you can't get hugged by Ganon even with a blue ring.
I think he's got the. I think he must have had the blue ring or something, because I think he was only taking like half a heart from that. But either way, Fury takes out Ganon and will likely be making a beeline for Zelda, because.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he found the hint room that was blocking Zelda.
Didn't find the compass, but doesn't really need it.
No, Zelda's really close to start, and we're gonna get an SRL time here in just a moment for Fury as our first featured runner to finish up tonight.
Yep, and Fury SK has actually finished his second in the race overall with an official SRL time of 34:05.
Very good.
Our first the winner of this race was Redbird Grad, who finished with a time of 25:24.
Whew.
That's just how fast this seed was, because you did one Triforce, Silver's in 9, find the bow in 4, the ladder in 1, boom, done.
Yeah, I don't even think you needed the ladder to get through all of level 9. Not with the specific rooms you needed. Dr. J picking up his silvers. So he's got the bow, got the silvers, and a sword, so now he's on the hunt for Ganon and has everything he needs. He's got to find that staircase to get over there.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, you won't be able to get it from this direction because there's a shoot room in the way.
Get me a blue bubble.
Ah, yes. Yeah, the room before Ganon, getting through that without getting balked by the bubbles was definitely a tricky thing.
Yeah, Rick right now is figuring out that he's right next to Ganon as well, but trying to find the specific room. Get the staircase. And he knows he doesn't want to go in there because he doesn't have everything he needs, so he's opting to look around. I think we've got a Fury in the chat room with us. Good going for you today, Fury.
Yes, we do. GG.
That seed was pretty dumb.
Yeah, well, it was definitely an interesting thing. It's like
you want to walk us through that?
You didn't need much, did you?
Yeah, I went to level 3 and got a Triforce and a any key, then I went to 4 and got a bow, and then I went to 9 and I finished. That's pretty much the seed.
Yeah, the any key was in 1, but either which way.
Yeah. I marked it as 3 the moment I saw that horizontal shoot and just on it.
But yeah, we had you as second overall for this this entire go-round, so good job.
Yep. You just can't beat Redbird Rad. That's how it goes.
Well, I mean, it's interesting how the cards fell because we've got Mr. Cab right now hasn't found the right dungeon yet, so he did a really deep dive into 9, got the silvers eventually, but then hasn't found the bow in 4, so he's looking everywhere except 4.
Yeah, hasn't even found 4 yet.
But we had a pretty money-rich seed this time. I mean, we had 123 in the large secret. You picked up a blue ring at some point, I believe, correct?
Once I got to 255 and had knowledge of the white sword item, I went ahead and picked up the blue ring. And then went to 4 shortly thereafter. Figured it was going to be a low heart kind of seed.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's peaking about 6 right now, so getting the extra security of that ring was definitely a good call. So Ganon was bopping all over the place there.
And Mr. Cab finding the magical sword in Vanilla 3.
Tries to pick it up with 6 hearts, so I don't think it ever rolls that low. And Rick getting the exit handed to him by the Wallmaster in the left eye there, so back to start.
Oof.
So yeah, Fury, probably not too much you could have done differently about that. You didn't have a ton of fat on that run to trim out if you had to do it again.
Yeah, just gotta find wood sword a little bit faster. Would allowed me to get the bow out of 4, and then once you see that 9 either being 0 or 1 Triforce, you can't not dig it.
Oh yeah, everybody was headfirst into there. Though that Patra killed pretty much everybody in the stream tonight, so that was a fate shared by everybody.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I saw a Wizrobe anywhere in this stream today.
No arguments from me.
Yeah.
My guess would have been 8. Was the Pole's Voice dungeon. Very likely that they're hiding somewhere over there. Pole's Voice could be the secondary.
Mr. Cab was trying to find the bow in 8, which was filled with Pole's Voices, so he didn't have a very fun time in there.
Yeah, a little bit of regret once I got Blue Ring and found the bow, thinking maybe I would need wood arrows to kind of get through some of those dungeons, and with only one large secret left, it would have been a little bit difficult to build back up.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. J is really anxious about that red bubble room leading into Ganon.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No, and he doesn't have a potion either, so he's getting on the other wrong side of that shoot room and, well, back in the turnstile room.
That's because there's blue bubbles there.
Aha.
So at least if you get hit by the red bubbles, you don't have to go too far to get it back.
No, but it's not a very fun time waster. But I don't know, I feel like we can do an item recap here pretty soon, but we should have another Ganon fight here in just a moment, so we'll see if Dr. J can dodge all these red bubbles and get a good roll.
And goodness knows we still don't know where half the items are anyway. Oh well, we saw both items in 1. I think we saw. I don't think we ever saw the 1 and 2.
No, we're missing 2, 6, and 8 in terms of what items. Oof. And Dr. J is, well, Dr. J just got trounced by Ganon, unfortunately, so back to start he goes.
That, after all the time spent to get past that red bubble room, that is unfortunate.
I think he's going to go try and find a potion or something, because he is noping out of 9. But yeah, we had the any key in the ladder in level 1, not sure in level 2, the wand in 3, bow in 4, heart container in 5, not sure in 6, the book in 7, not sure in 8, the regular boomerang and silver arrows in level 9, white sword is a coast item, recorder is the armless item, and the magic boomerang was the white sword item. So, you know, that's missing a raft, a power bracelet, a red ring, and red candle.
That, looking at Adirondack Rick's map, that was a lot of level 9 explored right there.
Yeah. Well, he has the silver, so I guess he's just still looking for that boomerang, unfortunately. I'm expecting that to get burned up once he finds it.
And there it is.
Yeah, it doesn't go to burn it, but I'm sure Rick is not happy to find that.
Definitely not.
Chat pointing out, and it is true, that Dr. J went back to get the white sword off the coast before making a return trip to 9.
And if he happens to find a potion, that probably wouldn't complain either.
Yeah, I don't think we found the letter yet, so potion shops are still unavailable, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Except we found to take any and grab the heart.
Yeah, that was kind of his his chance to get a potion there, so I'm not sure what he's prioritizing at this point.
Well, I guess if you got bodied by Ganon that bad, you'll grab your defense, get more health, I guess. And Adirondack Rick finds level 4.
Well, he's where he needs to be.
Yeah, let's see if he goes the right direction, though. The fact that he's clearing out the room, maybe not.
Yeah, that bow is within four rooms of the start. I think he has to go down one and left one.
Yep. But the fact that he's clearing out the room makes me think he's going to go up.
Most likely. Mr. Cab checking Vanilla 1, and we find another secret. Mid-secret. So, Fury, since you're still on board with us, I don't know. So, you know, your inclinations when you came in was to say that this is kind of a dumb seed in terms of what you got. But what's your personal preference in terms of getting a seed? I mean, we got Elite 8 flags here, so they got their own set of challenges. But in general, what do you like to find and what do you like to do?
You'd probably prefer to have like a 3 or 4 Triforce 9 with a little bit of risk reward than you would just a straight open 9.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, you're getting a little bit more of your knowledge there instead of getting some freebies, especially since half of the important items were in 9. I got a power bracelet in 6.
Yep, there's power bracelet in 6. So at least with Mr. Cab, we're narrowing down what items are where.
And he's probably sweating bullets now, about to route in a whole bunch of power bracelet checks after he checks Candle Row here.
Yeah, which makes me think maybe I wonder if he's paying attention to IRC, because we've had a third finisher. We've had Shaddy finishing with a time of 42:42.
And Dr. J found another Take Any and took another heart instead of a potion. So, again, maybe he's just looking for that letter and wants to buy a potion instead.
Maybe.
And Rick is looking everywhere in 4 except where the bow is, since he's right in the middle where the Triforce is right now.
And he's going for the Triforce? And Mr. Cab finds level 2.
And that was one screen south of a fairy location in first quest, and, well, we've got Wizrobes in level 2.
Yep, there they are.
Now, since we got level 2, we're waiting for a floor drop. And it's the raft. That's a short 2. He got a short 6 and a short 2 back to back.
Well, that's fortunate for him that he's able to get the items and be gone quickly, but he still needs to find 4, because just like Adirondack Rick, finding the boat.
Literally the last room he could have done.
Can't be too happy about that one.
Well, he knows exactly where he has to go now. So I'm sure he's going to make a beeline for the waterfall, as he's going to do a screen wrap to get there a little bit faster. He knows where Ganon is, he knows how to get there, and I'm pretty sure he would have come across Zelda's room at this point. So unless we got some unlucky fights, we should see a finish here from Adirondack Rick within the next 4 to 5 minutes.
And Mr. Cab finally finds level 4.
Excellent.
And yeah, which dungeon is this that Dr. J's in? I'm not sure.
I don't think we found an orange dungeon.
Yeah, but I think all the dungeons are accounted for, aren't they?
You know what? We were in 6 for like a grand total of 5 seconds last time, so this might be 6.
Yeah, it might be 6. Because I know Mr. Cab didn't. There was a transport staircase. Yep, that's definitely 6. Now let's see where Dr. J's been. Because the next room, because we started at the bottom in 6, and one room past the transport staircase was the item.
Mr. Cab finding his bow.
Finally finding that bow.
So he's going to be chasing Adirondack Rick over to level 9. But by process of elimination, for those keeping score at home, because I do, we've got a red ring and a red candle on level 9. Or level 8, excuse me.
Okay, I was about to say.
So I certainly don't fault Mr. Cab for bailing on level 8. I mean, now, of course, it's completely justified, but that was not a fun dungeon when he found it.
And he did find the letter at some point. I didn't see that.
Now we got a potion shop. Expensive potion, but what's money at this point? All he's got to do is fight Ganon. We've had so much money.
Yeah, and if nothing else, the potion will give you red bubble security.
Yeah, I didn't see where that letter was for the pickup, but he got it and making use of it. Meanwhile, Dr. J has all the ingredients except maybe just confidence at this point, as he's still doing this dive of 6. I don't know how happy he's going to be to find a bracelet.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder, what is he looking for exactly?
But speaking of looking for, Rick has found Zelda, as now we've got the sword-wielding Goriah trying to get Zelda trapped in a corner.
And you know, he's the one getting trapped in a corner, but he did get a potion at some point.
Considering his hearts, I think he picked up a potion at a Take Any.
Yeah, probably.
Zelda got away from Rick, so gonna need a chug.
Yep, he got it. He got the stun lock.
Probably gonna see him up and A out of here to get back to start, since Zelda's so close to start.
And I think Mr. Cab is taking the transport staircase right to there. Yep.
He got the compass too while he was at it, but I think he's already been in this room, so Mr. Cab finding his way to Ganon in a hurry, so. And he picked up a potion, so it should be pretty good for him. But Rick finds the pig. And we'll wait for his SRL time here.
Yep, Adirondack Rick finishing 4th with an official SRL time of 51:21. GG.
Good GG. If this fight goes okay for Mr. Cab, and it does, we're going to have another finisher in about 30 seconds.
And I'm curious as to why Mr. Cab's not up-Aing back to the start.
Yeah, so he doesn't even need a sword back if he lost it somehow, but he should just go straight back.
Yeah.
Chat pointing out that there's a one-way wall out of Ganon's room.
Yeah, of course.
I think if Mr. Cab joins us in chat, we might ask him about his up A strats here.
I'm thinking after searching all of the dungeons and finding it for, I think he might be a little bit on tilt.
Unless he just didn't realize, unless he didn't get to Zelda first and got the compass first somehow. And
Perhaps,
joining us,
but-
we've got Adirondack Rick in the chat room. GG's.
No, thank you.
So, what did you think about this? What you needed for this seed?
Well, first of all, I'm thinking, well, that's nice. Those very, very bulky keys have the second item in level 1. And then I'm sitting there going, alright, here's another level, let's see what's inside. Oh, hello. Nice wand. And of course, take that back to 1, get that ladder, get that white sword. And then the mystery began. And I sat there and wondered, how in the world did Redbird Grant finish this in 25 minutes?
Yeah, I guess that was just a lucky route on his part there, because, yeah, when he finished a full 10 minutes ahead of Fury, who had a pretty clean run, as far as all things considered go.
Yep. Meanwhile, Mr. Cab finishes 5th place with an official SRL time of 54:09. GG.
Any idea how many Triforces needed to get into 9?
One.
That would explain it.
Yep. Yeah, and Dr. J did confirm it was not 0. So that was that was 1 and in an open cave.
Yep, an open cave with 9. Silver's inside. Bo being in 4, and Bo was early in 4 if you took the right turn. Fortunately, I took the right turn, and it was the
Yes.
wrong turn.
Yeah, so that was pretty much it. It was just get a weapon, get in the 4, make the right turn, get the bow, dive in the 9 to get the silvers, and then with the 1 Triforce and you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I think Dr. J is in 2 now.
I believe so. So yeah, Rick, I don't think you went into. I don't think you were in 2 at any point, correct?
Never found it.
Yeah, it was 1 screen. I think it was 1 screen south of the fairy fountain, quest 1 level fairy fountain, the green one, and that's where all those Wizzrobes were hiding.
I found enough Wizzrobes to keep me satisfied in that level 5.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see one all seed.
Yeah, 5 on the coast had some coming out of a staircase, and that was about as much Wizzrobe excitement as I wanted to have for this seed.
Yeah, it's
My
just that
excitement was dodging all the red bubbles trying to get into Gen's room.
Oh, I love the bubbles, and apparently they'll walk through wall to get to Gan's room, but I never tried it.
It was a one-way.
Oh, it's just a one. Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, you could have bumped into the wall on the right of his room and walked out and not back in. Had to do it again.
Yeah, but I would say as far as like things to guard Ganon with, red bubbles are probably the best thing he could have thought of.
I'm just happy she was in a reverse C room and not a moat room of some sort, because that would have
Oh, you
added
didn't
most time.
You didn't have the ladder?
I had any key, bow, Lord Banana, and silvers, and maybe the recorder.
Wait a second, you had Lord Banana?
Yep, not
You traitor?
yep,
Yeah,
Boomerang
it
was the second item at 9.
I found the blue boomerang. It was the white sword
Yeah.
item over where the wood sword was.
Yeah,
and
I
I tried
saw
to pick
that.
that up. And then I burned the shopkeep and left.
I burnt the wood sword because who needed that with that white sword?
With all the things that were 1 HP, the seed kind of had to. Fire's 1 HP, Red Lionel's 1 HP, both Tektites were 1 HP or 0 or
And the
something
blue
like that.
Lionels
It
were
was- everything
2.
was 0. Yeah, blue Lionels were 2. Especially without a sword for a lot of this, I had to use silvers and boomerang because I was red bubbled for a lot of it.
And we've got Mr. Cab joining us in chat as well. Good going, Mr. Cab.
Hi, thanks.
So, what are your thoughts on this this kind of stripped down seed if you found the true path?
This was kind of the classic. I should have gone back and revisited that dungeon. I already knew where it was first. Problem. Because I dug 9 as soon as I was in, and was like, well, I've got to look. You never know, and found the silvers eventually. Already had the good items, and then it was just, all right, where's this bow I keep hearing about?
I think you were the only one to actually find. Actually, no, I think that Dr. J probably found most of the dungeons. I don't know if you found all of them, but
Yeah,
I think I was missing 5 by the end.
5 was on the coast.
I did find it. I found them all. I just decided not to go there first. 4 was easily accessed.
And you kind of lucked out a couple times because you found the items really early in 6 and 2, which made your visits pretty short out of those.
And the item in 7 early was also a nice find.
7's item early was a great find, just because then, like, when I went into 2, I knew I was in 2. I knew there was one room up there to check. Well, let me just look up here, and there it was.
What was in 7?
The book. And the books in Atlas.
Oh,
yeah,
just burn that.
In the book was I think one room in to level 7 as well.
I think you started, like, there was one room in the other way, so even if you made a wrong turn, it would have been in the second room you checked.
Well, yeah, if you made the wrong turn, you're in a mugger room, but up and A, he ain't no much of a mugger.
Yeah, I up and A'd out of the mugger room and then just pieced out of the dungeon. I'm just like, nope, I know what dungeon this is. Red Regret's already been here, I'm leaving.
Yep. And I did the dumb thing and continued to explore level 7, trying to find the Triforce, and at that point I was like forgetting, that's right, it's any Triforces to get into level 9, and I haven't found level 9 yet.
Yeah, Mr. Cab, I actually gotta commend you because you found 9 like as early as possible, and you dug out pretty much the entire thing on 3 hearts and a boomerang.
3 hearts, a wand, and a prayer. The boomerang was in there, so
that's right. Yeah, but you found the whole thing.
Well,
yeah, that was definitely impressive.
Well, the as I was saying before you got in there, having the blue Lionels be 2 HP definitely made that exploration of 9 a whole lot easier, because if those blue Lionels got maxed HP at 10, it would have been a much different story with some of our health situations.
Yeah, the wand dealing enough damage to kill basically anything except the bats in the staircases really helped out.
I don't know, we had some raid boss Gibdos guarding level 9 itself.
Oh yeah. They got the up roll, so did Blue Octoroks, but yeah.
Not to mention, I think probably the most threatening thing where there was that one Patra and the red bubbles outside of Ganon's room.
Yeah, I think I got killed by a couple of Patras while I was wandering around.
Yeah, I really didn't enjoy my visitations with Patras after a couple of those deaths.
Yeah, there was a running tally in chat about the body count from that Patra. I think we ended up with like 3 or 4 by the time that we got some finishers there.
Oh god, the red bubble room's on screen.
And Dr. J falling foul to the red bubbles, and that leads to wonder, because Dr. J is actually at 9 hearts right now, and he had found a couple take any rooms after having been in level 9, seeing what was to be had, and he didn't even bother getting. He went opted to get heart containers instead of getting a potion. That's kind of a curious decision there.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I did eventually find the letter, and then I was looking at my map. That's the real reason I bought a potion before going in there. I wanted nothing to do with those bubbles.
Where was the letter?
I believe it was the rock beneath the fairy spring, kind of in the middle of the map.
The one that's underneath the fairy fountain desert one?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, where's the power bracelet?
6.
I've already closed my tracker.
Oh, okay, 6.
Power bracelet's in 6, yeah.
It was you came in at the tip of the tail at the bottom, and so it was the 3rd room in. Bomb wall past us, the transport staircase.
Yeah, so
Dr. J definitely does not have a potion, because he's Either he doesn't have it, or he somehow forgot. He doesn't realize that the potion would give you a sword back.
Yeah, Dr. J is taking a very curious path here, as he got all the way to Ganon, got unfortunately pretty owned pretty quickly there, left 9, got more hearts, dug all the rest of the dungeons for items, didn't get a potion, and now is making a run for Ganon again.
I think he had a potion at some point and had to sacrifice to the Wizrobe gods in 2 or 5.
And actually, Mr. Cab, we did have a question for you. After you beat Ganon, you were the only racer so far that we saw that didn't up A back to the entrance. Did you have the direct route to Zelda planned out already, or not at that point?
I had the compass, and that was my kind of path there. The map I had and my tracker was like, I think it stopped a room or 2 away from Zelda, and I just kind of said, I'm just going to go that way because I know it will work. So
okay.
I never actually dug out the actual path, but I had the compass.
Ah, fair enough.
Okay.
I thought you had been in that hint room where Zelda's door was, but maybe I missed it.
I think I might have been, and I might have just. It is entirely possible I just missed it.
Well, it happens to us all.
And what was interesting, coming in from the left-hand side there, you found that at the end there, that was a one-way wall into that hint room that was guarding Zelda, so...
Oh, that was one way? Awesome.
And Dr. J is desperate to try and figure out if that's a two-way secret wall into Ganon on the right-hand side there. Unfortunately, no, so he has to go through those bubbles. Maybe
Little
fourth
does
time's
he
the
know
charm.
that that's a one-way door going the other way.
Got an opportunity. And he gets in there.
Makes it through.
All right. So, yeah, I haven't taken a look at his items, so maybe there's a chance that he has the potion and he's just not confident in his Ganon skills, but...
Maybe.
Oof. And he's standing, unfortunately, he's standing in the wrong spot because, yeah, Ganon just materialized right on top of him, and down he goes.
Ouch.
Yeah, instead of standing off to the side to stun lock him, he's standing right where he comes in on the left-hand side.
And he's going off
bailing.
to explore some more.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows the potion shop's right there at the bottom of the waterfall. Maybe he does.
Does he have the letter, though?
Chat says yes. I haven't confirmed otherwise.
Well, yeah, he's got the money for it.
Gotta say GG to Stepping Stone, who finished in 6th place, sub-hour.
Yep, Stepping Stone finishing 6th with a time of 59:43, and Putz 12 has finished in 7th place with a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 9 seconds.
Yeah, Dr. J, just looking for other things. He didn't check the waterfall, so either he knows it's a potion shop or forgot about it.
I'm going to go ahead and clear out of here so you guys can focus on Jay's run. So thank you guys for the commentary, and GG to everyone.
Yep, GG.
Take care. Have a good night.
I think I'll clear out, too. Just make sure Baby Cab's still doing okay. Have a good night, folks.
Take care. So, Fury, you want to keep us company for a bit, or any additional thoughts you can think of for this, or maybe even just a tournament in this this flag set in general?
This flag set's kind of troll. Just you never know what you're really going to get until you race him. But I figure I'll stick around and root Jay on. Wish him well when he does finish up here.
Now, one of the things that I've noticed from commenting on the bracket flags to the Elite 8 flags is that money is a completely different meta, because we went from 1 large secret to 3, and since it's no longer guaranteed 5 Triforces, money is kind of less at a premium in this Elite 8 flags. Have you come across too many Money Star seeds in Elite 8?
Your ticket to play in Elite 8 seeds is usually keys because of the impact of second quest dungeons, whether it's first half or second half. So even though you have 3 large secrets, if they're small large secrets and you need keys, you're pretty much going to run through your stash of keys in a hurry. So then you have to think about whether or not you can buy a blue ring. Most players don't want to buy the blue ring in Elite 8 because they're worried about keys. So then you have to sit there and practice sub 6 or 7 heart combat because level 9 might be 0 through, say, 3 or 4 Triforces, and you don't have time to collect those. So there's a lot of thinking that goes on to how you spend your money, even if there's more money in the seed.
That makes sense, but hints are less valuable to purchase with them being deceptive, so do you put much stock into deceptive hints, or find any value in getting some free ones?
If it's close to start, it's still information, because it's roughly a 50-50 whether it's telling the truth or it's false, and then if it's set to deceptive, there's still like a somewhere between a 3 and a 5% chance that the deceptive hint actually rolls to be the correct solution, meaning it'll accidentally give you the right answer. And the more you actually dig dungeons out and have other information that you have confirmed to be true or false, the more the remaining hints that tell you items you haven't discovered have a likely chance to be true. So there's always a play for the hints, and specifically the white sword hint's probably the most useful, given that it tells you 2 pieces, and each piece can be true or false. So it can tell you the ladder is in Death Mountain, and the white sword item could be the ladder, or it could be in Death Mountain, or it could be neither, or it could be both. So there's a lot of information that you have to digest and think about, but I would definitely say if you can save with your money, go get the hints and retry out of it without spending more than a couple minutes, it's almost always worth it.
Well, those all sound like reasonable tips to me. But of course, you know, with this particular seed, you had an any key early on in level 1, and the white sword was plain to see on the coast, so yeah, that probably took a ton of value out of potential hint rooms at that point.
Yeah, that took a lot out, and I think the only hint shop that we saw, or at least that I saw, was up where the normal vanilla prescription paper would be. And I think it was somewhere around 145 to 150 rupees to get all 3. So that, coupled with the fact that you had easy access to a bow and a magic key, it took a lot of value out of it.
And Dr. J finds the magical boomerang and picks it up.
Which actually means that was a we found the white sword hint up on Death Mountain. It did say the old man has a magic boomerang near the grave, and that turns out to be 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what Jay's doing is just trying to find either... I don't know that he has the paper, but I think he's just trying to get some sort of comfort so that he can go into Ganon's fight and not have to worry about either some combat issues or just getting bodied by Ganon running around the room chasing him.
Yeah, and I don't have a full count for him, so I'm not that good, but yeah, I don't know if he's found all of the take any's or not. I mean, he has the power bracelet. I don't know if he's checked he checked the rocks over by the graves, but I'm not sure what he's missing. I don't think he's been in the lower left of the Lost Woods yet, or anything like that, so he's still got a few places to check.
Yep, 2 are free near the start of the seed, so guaranteed he has those 2. There's a third one kind of further out away. I don't think it was Dead Woods. I think it was in around where the grave was. So that would leave just one kind of outstanding.
Oh,
and there's the letter. Okay.
Up on Death Mountain. The top row right in the middle.
And we'll see if that's exactly what he was looking for, or if he's still looking for something.
Yeah, hopefully he marked correctly that there is a potion shop right at the bottom of the waterfall, and that'll be a pretty convenient place to go pick up a potion. Finds a door repair instead.
And getting the screen wrap over to... Oh! There's a potion shop in Vanilla 5 as well. Whatever works.
Yep, he's getting there. So this should buy him all the confidence he needs to. It can buy him past those bubbles that were giving him trouble. And gives him a lot more health for Ganon.
I believe Ganon was minimum rolled as well, on top of all the other stuff that rolled low.
Yeah, he didn't seem to have a ton of staying power, but obviously does as much damage as he always does.
So Jay will only need probably 6 hits with the white sword, and he'll be in the clear.
Well, here's hoping, but hopefully he's picked a pretty efficient route to get back to Ganon.
Yeah, luckily it's pretty much straight up and then straight left to get to him. So I think it's just a matter of a couple of minutes until we see him finish.
So, would you say would you prefer the, as far as level 9s go, would you prefer the second quest layout over the first quest layout?
Second quest definitely feels a lot nicer to go through than first quest because of the difference in rooms and just the difference in staircases instead of it being a 1 in 7 chance of you finding the first item in the first staircase. It's more like a 25% chance, I want to say. Maybe even more. I feel like there's only 2 or 3 staircases in a one-way in 9 second quest.
Alright, so Dr. J is just a couple rooms away as he goes through a turnstile room. Let's see if the red bubbles will be nice enough to him that he doesn't need to use the red potion, but I'm going to be kind of curious what his strategy is, if he's going to use the potion, or if he's going to save his potions for the Ganon fight itself. Yep,
Yeah,
saving
looks
it for
like he
Ganon.
is.
Yeah. That's certainly reasonable.
And if he doesn't feel like he's confident for the Ganon fight, having 2 potions is definitely better than having 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if your positioning is off for the stuns, then you can lose a lot of health really quickly, even with that blue ring on.
Yeah, good. We had already seen that from Dr. J in his last Ganon fight.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, he gets through. Nice.
Excellent. All right, so it's the rematch between Dr. J and Ganon. That's 1 hit.
I think that's 2 hits actually.
Oh, so we're up to 3.
potion at the ready.
Good thing.
That's 6.
Get the arrows. There we go. All right. So we've got our last portion of bacon all served up. Although I guess we had Zelda guts or something on Rick's screen earlier. We just got a short walk to Zelda, and we're gonna have Dr. J wrapping things up here for us.
Yep.
And we're gonna go get an official time for Dr. J, but he is our 4th completed featured streamer.
Yep. Coming in 8th with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 31 seconds. GG.
If chat can give him some GGs, that was definitely a hard-fought victory, but he decided to tough it through and get through the whole seed instead of piecing out, so credit where credit is due.
Yep. Gotta respect finishing things out.
So I have to say, I'm a total weenie when it comes to these things. As soon as things start getting too hard, I'm just like, you know what, maybe next time. And then I just track a bunch of races, and that's just what I do with my life.
I'm kind of the opposite. I've been in, I had been in the Final Fantasy 1 League, and I was finishing the seed. I think I only forfeit one race, and that was when I tend to keep SRL chat minimized just so it's not a distraction. And the only time I ever forfeited, it was a 1v1 race, and when I looked at SRL having wiped in Temple of Fiends Revisited like twice or 3 times already, and I saw my opponent had finished like a half hour before, so it's like at that point there's gonna just cut your losses there.
Understood. So we'll see if we get Dr. J on the chat here with us. He should be getting an invite here pretty soon. But yeah, overall, this is a pretty interesting seed. I mean, I haven't been part of this community for too long, but this is kind of interesting, just kind of how reductive this seed really was. If you had the golden path in mind, which I think RGB managed to, whether that was on purpose or not, this ended up being a very fast seed. Otherwise, you're looking for your key ingredients for a while.
Oh yes, definitely. And it was like all the dungeons that you needed were pretty much right in that northeast corner. You know, 1 was up there, 4 was up there, 9 was up there, and that's really all you needed.
I am kind of curious if Redbird ended up finding the level 1 and getting the ladder and key out of that too, or if he just managed to get 4 first and went right into an open 9.
He got both items in 1, the wand and the bow, and the white sword off the coast.
Pretty quick work then.
So he was in 3 as well. All right.
Yeah, presumably he got the ladder and just didn't go towards the wood sword, would be my guess.
Well, the wood sword would have been way out of your way. That was way over in Vanilla 6.
Alright, well, don't want to have too much dead air in here, but overall, I mean, we had a lot of money, a lot of low HP enemies, you know, a short dungeon trail should you need it, but even then, like, a lot of the dungeons were short dives. You know, 2 was a couple rooms in, 4 was a couple rooms in, 6 was a couple rooms in.
The only dungeon, the only dungeon where we didn't actually see where the items were was in 8, though we figured out what it was in process of elimination. And we have Dr. J, PhD in chat. GG, sir.
GG's.
If that's what we're calling it.
Well, you know, it was a completed game, so anyone you walk away from, right?
I mean, there's that, yeah. It's just, you get to Ganon sub 40, I think I was. And then you lose the first fight, and then you waste that much time trying to get everything else so you can survive the fight again. Doesn't feel really good.
Yeah, that letter was not very nice to you. That was about as far away as it could be based on where Ganon was.
Yeah, and that's at that point I wasn't even so mad about that red bubblegum. It just wasted time. It wasted time for everybody. It looks like that kind of stuff just happens.
Well, I mean, what were your thoughts? I mean, obviously the ending was pretty frustrating, and we had probably the best guard room getting into Ganon's room that we've seen in a while. But I mean, in terms of just like where everything was and kind of some of those dungeon quickies and one Triforce to get into 9, I mean, a lot of things about the seed was easy, even if the ending was pretty tricky.
Yeah, especially when you have all the important items close to start. Then once you see it's one Triforce to get into 9, you just grab it and go. And it was good up until 9.
And that definitely seemed to be everybody's strategy. And once 9 was found and they could just waltz right in, everybody took a big long look and of varying lengths and figure out how much they could get. And some people were able to get the items out quickly. Some people were burning boomerangs by the time they found them, and so it was there's some pathos in this dungeon, I think.
That would be the appropriate response to have. Right.
So when you were looking through dungeons, were you kind of hoping to find the red ring, or did you have anything specific in mind when you were looking through those like 2 and 6?
Yeah, it was at that point I was just thinking red ring or whatever heart containers I could find. There's 2 high roll drivers, and you got to be really quick on the potion at best, unless you get more hearts like I did. Yeah, that was pretty much the thought process. Was just try and find anything that's really going to help survive the fight.
So I guess just out of this one before my dogs start barking here, anything either that some takeaways or lessons learned, or just anything you might have done differently?
Probably try to explore that part of Death Mountain where the letter was, because that's really what made the difference that other time. But I mean, otherwise, I felt like I played well up until that point.
Yeah, as mentioned before, you found what you needed, you finished the seed, and all is well with the world.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, I mean, any parting thoughts from either at this point, since all the features are finished up and we kind of got some cards on the table and everything like that?
I think I'm good.
All right, then. So I guess time for us to sign off then. So until next time, alongside Cross Country Guy, I am Melee Wizard, and have a nice night.
Take care, everybody.
Good night.